I got fired from my first job, and it was an absolute gut punch. I was a pastor at a church. I was right out of college. I'd spent 5 years working with this organization. 2 weeks before these conversations happened, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine. We were working on a project together, and he said, "So do you see yourself being here for a while?" And I literally, at the age of like 23 years old, said, "I could see myself retiring here." And 2 weeks later, I was fired. I didn't see it coming. And the anger and the depression and the frustration was overwhelming. Here I was working for next to nothing for a nonprofit organization and trying to better that organization. And then all of a sudden, it's over. It's gone. I was struggling. I was battling. I was emotional. My wife and I were hurt. And I was having a really important conversation with my mom one day, and she just said, "Well, Ryan, the issue here is that all of your eggs are in one basket. When you're a preacher or when you're in ministry, your spiritual life, your social life, and your professional life are all in one basket. If you struggle socially with someone in the church, it's going to show up in your professional life, and it's going to impact your spiritual life. If you're struggling spiritually, it's going to impact your professional life and your social life. And if you're struggling professionally, if you have conflict, it'll affect how you do spiritual things and how you do social things." And there's so much truth in that, so much wisdom in that. All of my eggs were in one basket. And when that job was taken away, I was just broken. I was just baffled and angry. I recently was working with some clients who are in the process of looking for their future, looking for job opportunities and how they're going to build the lives that they desire to build. And one of the exercises I did was I took a list of the 9 benefits of having a job. And I literally just had them rip them all up into the 9 different sections, and I had them think like a balancing a scale. What are the things that you need to put on this side for you to take the job, and what are the things that don't really matter? And they started saying, "You know what, I want to pay my bills," or "My most important thing is have flexibility," or "My most important thing is to have benefits like health insurance and paid time off." And they started thinking through all of the things that were important to them, making an impact, having a community of people. And they were looking at, these are the things, and everybody's list, we did this with about 12 guys, everybody's list was different. The things that they had on the side of the scale are, these are the things that I need to have. Some of them had 2 or 3 things, others had 5 or 6 things. But here's the thing. If our whole sense of self, if our whole identity is wrapped up in our industry, when hard times come, it gets very overwhelming. I can't help but think of the real estate industry for this conversation, because in the real estate industry, a lot of agents, their closest relationship are other agents and lenders and home inspectors, and they do social things there. They're professional. And so when the industry struggles, they start talking to each other. "Hey, how are you doing?" "Oh, it's rough. I don't hear good news and I'm not selling anything." Or, "You know what? I don't have many loans out there." And they start talking, and the whole culture starts to weigh down heavier and heavier. And the frustration and anxiety goes up, and we get overwhelmed. Here's the thing. This is really important for us to realize. We need to have people around us that are a diverse group of people, so that when we're going through hard times, we have people we can go to and just share what's going on, and they can reflect back to us some of what they're seeing and some of the opportunities. I'll tell you that I've got a group of people around me, and they've been a part of my life for a little over 3 years now, and on a regular basis, every single week we meet, we have these conversations, and these guys started challenging me to rethink where I was vocationally, because they began to realize that what I was doing was eating me up, and it wasn't fulfilling the dreams and the passion. And so I literally went from the role that I was playing to exploring some new job opportunities with other businesses and municipalities, thinking maybe I could do this. And 2 of those people in separate phone calls just called me up and said, "Ryan, what are you doing? You need to be a coach. You need to be investing in other people's lives. People need to hear you speak into their lives." And it was because of those people that I started transitioning into this new role where I can pour my life into other people's lives and have an impact. Listen, if you find yourself all of your eggs are in one basket. All of your identity and your vocation and your financial position and your community is all in one spot. It's so important that you pay attention to this. You need to diversify your life. You need to have people that are pursuing great things in your circle that you can talk to, that when your industry is struggling, they can help keep you sane. That when you personally are going through conflict in your work environment, they can help reflect back and help you have wisdom. You need people around you to be an advocate for the life that you're committed to building for yourself. If you're ready to be done trying to do it on your own, to be done just in an echo chamber of people who think just like you, and you want to start bringing people into your life who are going to raise the bar for you, where you get to grow with them, I want to encourage you to join us and be a part of our circle building collective. It's something that we're kicking off soon, and you have the opportunity to join us, and you have the opportunity to recognize your need, to figure out how to build your team, to start your team, and then to sustain your team. At the end of this collective, you'll have the opportunity to launch it yourself and just run with what you know, or to invite some other people to be, or invite some other educational opportunities, and you can invite some other people to be a part of that journey with you, or you can do some one-on-one coaching. But at the end of the day, my goal isn't to make you a 3-year client of mine. My goal is to get you so that you have the community built in around you, so that you have coaches and advisors and support no matter what season you have, no matter what's happening in the economy, no matter what's happening in your industry. You need to have people that see the future that you're building, and people championing your lives and sharing their life with you, so that together you can live the lives you've dreamed of. If you're done waiting, if you're done going it alone, if you're done with the echo chamber, you need to be a part of this. Let's build your community who will help you build your future.